Okay, so Sweden have just beaten Poland 3-0. It was a very good performance. As you can see, I'm in a slightly different location, but I'm still going to just record my quick thoughts from a Swedish perspective on the match, basically. And I thought we played really well. I do want to first caveat that I understand that, maybe we weren't fully that clinical, but I just want to kind of talk through some of the players, some of the positives, and kind of where I think that leaves us. But I just want to more focus on the positives. Um, it was a really strong performance. Another performance where we focus a lot on that right hand side. We know that is what Gerhardsson loves. I would say this was, well, I haven't seen it this heavy right hand side since maybe like the World Cup in 2023. We really did a lot, went through Ritten Kaneryd, and she was definitely the player of the match. Really strong performance. Really enjoyed her performance. I mean, I think she was pretty dangerous against Denmark. I think she was better against Denmark than maybe she has been the past year for Sweden. Personally, I think she's such an important player, but maybe she's not been as amazing. This game, I thought she was really dangerous. Yes, the end product can be a bit frustrating. Yes, you can chop back in and it doesn't work. But on the whole, in this game, she had so much freedom, so much time, and some of her crosses were really, really good. She got one of the assists for the second goal. Really good run, really good cross to Islani, but just really, really good performance from Kaneryd. I just wanted to talk before I kind of maybe talk about the overall game. I just wanted to look. I'm sorry, I just suddenly can't find where they do the whole heat map thing. Okay, in the meantime, um, oh here, sorry, players' average positions. Oh yeah, and I have awful Wi-Fi. Oh no, okay, it's not actually that bad. Yeah, so to be fair, not that, but you can see like Angeldal, Zigote Olme picks up positions all over the pitch. She really goes more centre, and I think sometimes we've seen Aslani also really hover to the right, but she did, as you can see, she was everywhere. She wasn't massively to the right, as sometimes we've seen. Angeldal was really picking up those pockets and those triangles, kind of those plays, combinations with Lundqvist, Ritten Kaneryd to just get her in behind. It's our way of progressing up the pitch. Really, is that's how we get in behind the team, how we can create those opportunities is really all down to Angeldal and Kaneryd's combinations with Aslani as well. Um, yeah. Overall, I thought we really dominated the game. We started off really strongly, really promising. Again, our pressing really good. Poland really struggled. Poland really struggled with how we pressed, and then they just hit it aimlessly long, and we dealt with Eva Pajor really, really well. I think Bjorn was massive. Yeah, she's got an 8.0 rating on SofaScore. Um, yeah, good. Jules won 3 out of 3. She was very strong in terms of it was also like her interceptions, kind of when if the ball did ever get to Eva Pajor, she was right on her and could win the ball back off her. And she was really aggressive. I spoke about this last game. I noticed this last game, but I noticed it even more today. Bjorn's defense was really strong. And I thought we dealt with Pajor really well. I'll come back to that. But we just started really well. We really were on the front foot. They couldn't get out, and we just kept knocking at the door. Yes, as I spoke about at the start, we can struggle with making those really clear cut opportunities. But overall, I was impressed by kind of the relentless nature of the performance and how we just kept going, kept creating opportunities. And I thought we saw, as we've seen a lot, but ever more since probably that Denmark game when we won 6-1, and then in the friendly as well against Norway, and then Denmark 1-0. I think we've seen the really good kind of combinations between players, like I just mentioned, the right hand side, Angeldal, Aslani, Kaneryd, those triangles, those really neat passes. I talk about it loads, but it is really the kind of bread and butter of this Swedish side, and how we how we can hurt opponents is comes through that. Um, if I talk about the goals quickly, I'm sorry this is a bit messy, but this is just my quick reactions. The goals were really strong. The first goal, Aslani. Again, it was around the back, a good ball from, I think it was Angeldal to Eslani, who made it a good through ball to her, and then she swings it in for the cross to Stina. Nice header. All three of the goals were headers, which was funny because it wasn't necessarily aerial dominance in those ones, apart from Hertig's was more so. And then the second goal, lovely 1-2 with Angeldal and Canarid, and then Eslani, great header. So happy for her. Really good performance. That yellow was a disgrace, though. Let's be honest. Like she got, that was mad. But like she got pulled down, and then she pushed back, and then she got the yellow. And that's a shame because you can get, if she picks up another yellow against Germany, is it 2 yellows and then you get suspended for a match? You don't want her kind of on that tightrope because she really is tenacious. It's an important part of her game. And the third goal, Hertig came on from a corner. Jona Andersson, lovely delivery. I've spoken about Andersson's deliveries. A great header from Hertig, showing the importance of her height. Sorry, I just check that every so often because I've had issues with this. Janogy was similar to some of. I think she was even better. Probably, I think it was probably her best game in like the recent patch of terms of her having to play ahead of Rolfa, and she's been playing. I thought she started off really good. She had a really good run around the back. She had another good headed chance. I think it went off the bar like she did last game. She's really just never gives up. You can never doubt her work ethic. But I love her like relentless nature to keep going. I think she could sum up our performance today. Maybe not because she wasn't. Maybe not as. Again, I feel like maybe she drifted out of it in the second half, similar to recent games. But in terms of just the way she just kept going, she's not the fastest, she's not the strongest, but she's got a really nice kind of ball control and kind of the way she can manipulate the ball and then get a cross in. I thought she played well again. I did. If I go through the team, I already spoke about Canarid, really dangerous. Eslani, really good again. I don't really have much more else to say. Stina, we obviously missed quite a lot of chances, and a lot of them did come from Stina. We know this can happen with Blackstenius. We know she can miss quite a lot of opportunities, but again, I was using this word a lot in this video, but that relentless, she keeps going, she doesn't give up, she's not one of those players who then her head gets down and then she struggles. I just feel like she keeps turning up. She scored one of her earlier chances and then kept missing them. I don't think it's not a confidence issue. She's just not always the most clinical, but we know she'll get up and she'll be there again. She'll be there to take the chance again. She didn't shy away from that. Angeldal was brilliant again. She is so important again to the way this team plays. Key passes won. I'm kind of surprised about that. I'm surprised it wasn't more. Ground was won 7 out of 14. That is impressive. Long balls 7 out of 9 accurate. That is also impressive. Zigote Olme, I think she had an intriguing role, and I think her role was to shield Payor. I think Gerhardsson did say we had planned for what we do with Payor, and I think it was a mixture of not letting the ball get to her with Zigote Olme shielding in this area, as you can see on our heat map, just shielding. It's a very interesting heat map, isn't she? Yeah. So she does come quite central, and then she can cover all the areas and can sweep in front of the back line. That's something we see a lot, but this one, it did feel specifically to try and stop the counterattacks and to try and stop it getting to Payor. And then I think Bjorn stepping up and winning the ball back, or Ilestedt with her height as well. If any long balls, Ilestedt could head her away. She did win quite a lot in the air. I'm pleased, and I think we dealt with Payor well. I was quite surprised to see Ilestedt come in. It made sense in the end because it was like, oh, maybe we want to target corners. I know that means it seems weird to bring in a defender, but I think that's a big reason she was there. And probably that aerial game. I think occasionally she didn't look fully comfortable on the ball, where the ball broke up and suddenly she had the ball and she had to make a decision. And I feel like she sort of lost her way at times. But overall, I think she was solid in her defensive job. I was expecting Sembrant. I thought Sembrant played really well, but I think we'll probably see Magda Eriksson will come back now for the next game because she's back in training, but she probably was not. It was probably not a point to risk at, and I think she'll come back for Germany because I think she's our best centre back, our left-sided centre back with Bjorn. I think that is our best partnership. So I do think we'll see Eriksson come back in. Rolfer, I think we will see. I think we will see Rolfer. Sorry, I keep checking because my mic sometimes cuts out randomly, and it's just really, really frustrating. But I think Rolfer will see more. I think she could start against Germany. Did she look really? There was a nice run she had on the outside, but overall, I thought she was quite quiet when she came on. So it'll be interesting to see how we do. To be fair, I think I would maybe keep her on the bench again. I think Janogy's playing well. I think keep that going. It was nice to see Vangenheim get some minutes. It's just nice for a young player, you know, and it made sense in this game. Hannah Bennison, really good on the ball. I thought she might start because I think she's really clever. She can receive the ball, quickly move it. Really a really good technical player in that kind of sixth position, but not the same qualities as Zigotti defensively. So I understand why she didn't start. Yona came on for Nilden, who did have that injury. I don't know how serious it is. Hopefully that's fine because I thought Nilden actually played well. I actually forgot to mention Nilden. I thought she was playing quite well in terms of maybe a bit more pace than Anderson. I think Anderson's got a better delivery, but I think Nilden's probably got more of the legs. Hurtig, nice performance, great. I'm so happy for her to get a goal. I think everyone's really happy for her. And it was a few times she fell over a bit easily, but again, I think she looks really like fit and strong. And in terms of like when I say fit, I mean the way she was pressing. She was very, very much on the front foot. Looked very like a decent pace, decently. You know, she looks like she's looking like ready to perform. Like I'd be very confident with her coming off the bench to try and give us an impact. You know, I think she's such a real presence as well. Really important for the team. So yeah, sorry, I feel like maybe I've got a bit tired as my review has gone on, but that's kind of the thing. Sorry, I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on what I thought of the game. Really, like I said, really impressed. Was it perfect? No, I don't want to go overboard, but we're through. Oh my God. Why is it taking me that long to mention that? But yeah, we're through to the next round, which is the most important thing. Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier on, but really, really, really good that it's an interesting dynamic, which I guess I could talk about in a preview for the Germany game of like how we've managed that, the fact we're both through, and also the fact that I don't think it really matters if you get first or second in this group, considering the other group, considering who we'll play Group D first or second. So it'll be interesting to see kind of team selection and stuff from both sides, Sweden and Germany. But really happy with through. Got the job done, but also in style in a way as well. But it could have been more. So I think that's a good thing. You know, there's improvement to make. You know, we haven't peaked, but I think we're also looking really good. As I said before, we look like a real team, and I don't think not to be disrespectful to some other teams, but Norway, no. I think some teams clearly do not look like they've been nearly as well drilled as this Swedish side. I know we have lots of good players, but there's also a lot more to a team than just having good players. And I think we look like we really we know the players know what they need to be doing. It's quite clear. Like I think they know the instructions. I'm very confident in the team's tactics and kind of what it seems like we're doing. So we just need to be a bit more clinical. I think that's the one thing, and that's okay, and we can work on that. So yeah, I'll be making more videos. Like and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of stuff for Sweden, and I'll see you for the next one.